Hello, I'm Christy, and today I'm going to talk about hope and starting over. Last time I talked about how discouraging it can feel, how defeating it can feel to feel like I'm always having to start over in this same area. I'm always losing weight and gaining it back. I'm always struggling in my career. I'm always struggling with this one thing, or there's something from the past that I can't get over.
I don't wanna save ya, don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
It's fine if you find yourself starting over multiple times. I think that it is necessary for growth and necessary for us to learn more about ourselves and whatever hang-ups we may have. As we live our lives, we do change, at least somewhat, over the years. And we need change. Haven't you ever had something not so great happen to you, only to discover it was the best thing to ever happen to you? A lot of times, we need change, and we don't even know it. There's something that I've been doing for years. I've done it over and over again. It doesn't work for me. It rarely works for me. Yet I keep doing it. So I've decided I'm tired of it not working for me. Tired of doing the same thing and seeing the same result. I mean, duh. So this week I have resolved to tackle this problem differently, to make a different approach. And if it works, and I'm going to keep trying different things until something does work. And then when it works, I'm going to come back here and tell you what it was and how it happened. So I have a quote. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. That's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it is so true. Taking the first step is everything, even if it's a tiny step. Actually, tiny steps are easier to take, right? And that may mean more steps than if you'd taken bigger ones. But you get more movement that way, and you see more progress that way. Look at all the steps I've taken to get from here to here. All of these things work, and I was able to handle all of them. If you try to take a great big giant step, you may not. It's going to take you a long time. You may get discouraged in the middle of it, and you may not even make it up there because it's so tough. But if you make it into smaller steps, smaller, easier steps that you can handle, work out all the things that you need to do, write them down. Okay, so if I want to go from here to here, what are all the things I need to do? Okay, first I'll try this little thing here, and then after that I can do this, and before you know it, you're all the way up there. And you've come so far. I have found myself getting discouraged because there's been changes, but then there haven't been, right? Because I've been taking those little steps. And so I look around me and I say, well, things have changed, but they haven't. They're still kind of the same. But I've got to remember I've still made a lot of progress. And I just got to keep making those tiny steps. And before I know it, big changes will happen. And I don't even necessarily know, I'm not to the steps yet where I know exactly what those big changes are, but continuing to take little steps is going to lead to the big change. So I advise when taking on a new challenge or even getting over something that's really hard, you take small steps. You have to keep moving. And so taking a tiny step toward hope, a tiny step toward, to reach out and get the help you need to move forward. I know how making small changes, I've seen how making small changes has made such a difference in my life. I, for years, didn't really work on my physical or mental health. And, some things happened that forced me to look at all of that. For the last year, I have been trying new things that I haven't really tried before, to make changes in my life. It's really not a natural tendency for me to just put myself out in the internet world. There are some things about it that are very scary, and I've thought of all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of things that can go wrong. I'm to the point now where I've got to find a way to move past those thoughts. People talk about fear paralyzing them, and I was talking more about discouragement paralyzing you, but I think maybe they kind of go hand in hand. Maybe one doesn't want to get hurt again, and so they hold on to the old pain and don't move forward because, oh my goodness, what if I take all these steps and I reach this top part and I get knocked down again? But in spite of the possibility of getting knocked down again, the climb is worth it. And maybe you don't get knocked down. Here's another quote. It's an anonymous quote. It says, "You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one." Even if you've had to start over on things multiple times, relationships, careers, whatever, it's always worth it to keep going. Keep going forward. Hold on to hope. Know that your past is not your future. You've survived the fall. You're here. You're still alive. You are strong enough to survive more things that happen. You are strong enough to keep going. Hold on to hope and be good to yourself.